Hey guys, in today's metal casting video, I'm going to be using this 3D print and making an aluminum replica. Not one, but actually three. Two of them I applied aluminum black to give them a different finish. I made one of these last week in an open mold using pewter, a heavy metal. Because the 3D print does not have draft, it would be very difficult to remove it from greensand. So I pressed the 3D print into some kinetic sand to make an imprint, and then poured molten pewter inside. Because pewter is a heavy metal, it works well in a shallow open mold. Today I'm going to be putting together three horizontal casting flasks using green sand. I'll place the pattern inside the flask and sprinkle some talcum powder over top of the pattern. I'll then use a soft bristle brush to move around the talcum powder to cover the pattern. I'll add the green sand to the casting flask and compact it using my ramming tool until it gets all the way to the top. Once it reaches the top, I'll smooth off the surface using a straight edge. I'll then add the backing to the casting flask and screw it down to fasten it in place. Now it's time to flip it over and remove the backing from this side of the flask. I'll remove the backing and start carving a small line surrounding the pattern. This is really only because the pattern has a rounded edge to it, because the pattern was cast in an open pore mold. Then I'll carve a small area in the top and two vents for the pattern. This is going to be markings for the other half of the flask. Now I'll add more talcum powder to this side of the flask to make sure the areas that I carved out is covered. I'll now add the other half of the flask and start filling this side with sand and do the same exact thing I did before, filling it to the top, ramming it down with my ramming tool, and scraping away the top with a straight edge. I'll add the back and fasten it down and remove this side of the flask to expose the pattern. I'll add another backing to it, but I'm not going to fasten it. This is only so I can flip it over without losing the pattern and messing up the sand mold. I'll lift up and the pattern will fall out, leaving me a perfectly good imprint in the sand. Now I'll start carving out the sprue and the two vents, the two areas that I marked out in the beginning of making the sand mold. Because I marked it out on the one side of the flask, I can now equally carve it out on the other side of the flask. Now that the sprue and the vents are carved out on both halves of the flask, I can now put the casting flask together. Because I said this was a horizontal flask, it's now time to remove this part of the flask to make it a horizontal flask. The backing on this casting flask isn't just for holding the sand in, it's also for holding the casting flask together when I remove the top. Alright guys, here we are outside picking some aluminum to melt down today. I have this 5-gallon bucket with a bunch of scrap aluminum that I'm going to be melting down to make this cast. I'm not going to be melting down all of the aluminum, just the smaller parts of aluminum that I have in the 5-gallon bucket. Before I pour the aluminum, I'm going to clean off any of the dross that floated to the top. And this is pretty clean extruded aluminum, so there's not going to be that much. Because I used extruded aluminum instead of cast aluminum in today's cast, I wasn't really expecting these casts to come out as good as they did. The aluminum has solidified and I can now remove this one and replace it with another mold. Oh, and check out my PPE. Same thing as before, guys. I have one more mold, so I'm just swapping out this one with the other one. I still have some aluminum left over in the crucible, so I'll be pouring the remainder of it inside this graphite ingot mold. Alright guys, back in the garage, it's now time to open up all three of these casting flasks and see how they came out. Surprisingly, they all came out really good. Like I said earlier, I didn't think they'd come out this good by using extruded aluminum. I'll use a hacksaw and cut off all the sprues. With the sprues cut off of each one of them, it's now time to use a file and start filing down the perimeter of all of these. Once the filing is finished, I'll use a Dremel tool with a wire wheel to clean up the surface of the cast. Alright guys, here they are, all three of them cleaned up with the wire wheel. I think every single one was a perfect cast. Now because I always get comments about adding an aluminum black to it, today's the day where I'm going to be using the aluminum black. I'll apply the aluminum black to the entire face of the cast using a brush. And once it's fully coated, I'll use a towel to wipe away the aluminum black from the higher areas of the cast. I don't know about you, but I think this looks way better than just the aluminum one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And don't forget, give it a thumbs up.